one of the things that the former Republican president said is that he would not let government protocol or any intimidation schemes, stop him from campaigning within the Kawambwa parliamentary, by-elections, the campaign period. What do you make of the sentiments of the former Republican president?
The former president has got the right of expression. He can say whatever he wants. It's fine with us because that is embodied within his fundamental human rights and freedom. I have also heard, from the same quarters, people saying this is a do or die kind of election. From our end, we say it's a win or lose kind of election because it's not a matter of for dying for. We already know that, and without doubt in our minds, we know that there has been a lot of transportation of hooligans and hoodlums inside that Kawambwa. But you should check the way the previous elections have gone, that the country is tranquil. There's tranquility. Even in areas where there are elections, you have to observe very closely to say that there's an activity called elections, which is a departure from the way it was before. Just 3 years ago and beyond, wherever there was an election, wherever, whether it's no matter what size of election, whether it's a councillor election or the MP election, mayor election, there would be bloodletting. And so as chairman election, I just want everybody reminded, including our own people, that we have done well so far. In elections, we have not recorded major incidences in terms of, our party members, exposing violent traits. From what I see, what I've heard, it appears that the former president wants to go back to his old ways. And what I mean when I say he wants to go back to his old ways, when they say that it's a do or die, maybe they want to employ the old abhorrent, violent characteristic of elections. We must be reminded, Justin, that we do not like by-elections ourselves. The president has made it very clear, but this is a constitutional matter. And what we should be reminding ourselves of now, at this particular moment, is critical, that we have to remember why this by-election in Kawambwa has been called.
It's pretty clear now that obviously the former Republican president is going to be in Kawambwa, participating during this campaign period. But do we expect President Hakainde Hichilema to be in Kawambwa to rally behind Nelson Musonda during this period as well?
I have not yet been privy to the president's program. But the president is the president not only of the Republic, but is the president of the United Party for National Development. And it's only natural that at one point or another he must come and drum up support for the candidate. It's natural. I'm very sure that the point will come when the president will come.
How confident are you that if he does go ahead to rally behind Nelson Musonda during this campaign period, him being in the same area as the former Republican president, that it will be peaceful?
Do you want me to tell you how it was before? How it was before. And again, I really don't want to dwell on Edgar Lungu because, as far as I'm concerned, he's just another individual, just another brick in the wall. There's nothing special about him. And so what used to happen before is that during elections, if the president, then President Edgar Lungu, goes to Copperbelt, the entire Copperbelt airspace would be cordoned off any other political activities. And I'm talking about airspace, let alone land. So if the president went, and the clear example I have is the election we had in Luansha, Ron. We had one in Bahati, one in Ron. President Hichilema, then opposition political party leader, left Bahati. When he was leaving Bahati, Justin, you won't believe what happened. he was to leave around 15 hours to go to Luanshya through Tuta Bridge. PF put a cordon at Samfya. If you know where Samfya is. They put a cordon in Samfya Tapite. So we sat in a meeting and said, okay, President, it was I who said, President, why don't we go through the Pedicle? Since they've blocked the road for you to go to Luanshya this way, let's go through the Pedicle. The President told me, you are not thinking straight, because the Pedicle is foreign land. And if they knock me out in Congo, there will no one who claim responsibility. That will be foreign land. Let's just face them. I was the sweeper in that convoy. I drove and I found the former MP from Chelenge. He's still among the living. I confronted him. I said, what is this? Ah, wait, we are just having a meeting. I said, no, you are ambushing someone here so that they don't get to Luanshya. It was like a war zone to just get to a by-election. But to answer your question, when President Hakainde Hichilema gets into Kawambwa, President Lungu is free to remain in Kawambwa because we are different. President Lungu will be free to remain in Kawambwa, but his freedom to remain in Kawambwa should not be a springboard for him to go back to his old ways. And you know what I mean when I say going back to the old ways of sponsoring violence, bloodletting. That will not be permitted. It will not happen. But so I've answered you. He can remain in Kawambwa to do his politics with his supporters for their candidates. And the headline message is that we will not tolerate any violent acts. We have to go and convince our people. We have to use the mouth.